Hey guys, how's it all going? So in this segment of vids, for those who are actually regularly following, you might have noticed I've been doing a lot of like teaching, okay? Because I'm big on that, okay? Besides the spell work, I think knowledge is super important, like super important. But I didn't forget those who are looking for spell work. Again, I am primarily a spellcaster, so if you are finding yourself in a situation where you need spell for assistance, give me a shout, guys. I hope by now, watching the vids and teachings, you know that I actually do know what I'm talking about. And on that, I also offer teaching in the form of my Chaos Magic course, which I've done with Indigo priestess. You can email me about that. If you purchase it, I will send you the whole book with the sigil, step-by-step guide, the 9 demo vids, the works. It's a great starting point because from there, I mentioned in the book, once you can truly understand what I'm teaching there and master that, you can take it up, you can start to play around and really elevate your magic practices, incorporate entity, and then take it into goetic spiral from there on, and more and more and more. So it's a great starting point, guys. So in this vid that I'm going to share with you guys, so because I'm sharing it with you, I'm asking you if you like this knowledge, show the like, share the vid, and again, if you need any of my service to do this for you, simply send me an email and we can chat about your case and we can get that file done and sorted. I also offer consultations, tarot readings, and in the consultations, guys, we can chat about virtually anything of the topics that I talk about. Loads and loads of teaching can happen in there. Okay, so for this spell, what am I calling it? Something like banishing your ex with Astaroth. Now, this type of spell, right? A banishing spell you can do with not any entity, but almost any entity. So I'll give you some names who I work with a lot, especially when it comes to this type of work. You have to look at what you're doing as well, what your intent is. It's very important, which is why I say I'm not trying to be like, egotistical, but I do know what I'm doing. So if you know you want a spell done correctly, powerfully, and safely, and interaction with you, give me a shout, guys. Okay, so banishing your ex, and I know I do a lot of like either banishing words on like a bad person, a terrible person, or return love spells, lust spells. So this might sound somewhat contradictory, but it's really not. The world is full of like 8 million people. Everyone's situation and story is different, and it's still knowledge at the end of the day. There are people out there who don't necessarily want any harm to come to the ex, but just want them to leave them alone now, like they just, and I hate to say it because, but like get the message type of thing. Like, so they're at a point where okay, this person is now still in my energy zone, my energy circle, too much in my heart, maybe too much in my mind, maybe still, which also needs banishing. So you want this person banished, not cursed, not harmed, but banished from you. And you can take it up to whatever notch you want to, which is why I suggest if you do this spell with me, you will see how personal it gets. I'll get into it, like banish from your home, from your work, from your heart, from your mind. Where are the complications? We will get into that. So for this general banishing spell, um, I like to use like Astaroth if it's got to do with your ex, Zeppa, um, you can call on Salos as well, Lilith as well, and you can go on to more and more depending on the case. And again, I will have a better idea in our consultation. But if this is something you want to do by yourself at home, by all means, go ahead. That's what the vid is for. You're gonna need a few things, okay? Your petition to Astaroth A4 page, sigil. Check out my other vids if you haven't seen it before. I don't actually have it here right now. Your land draw a sigil on there, on top, incantation, which is Tassa Laura Astaroth. Now, before you do the spell, remember, and I've said it in many words, you have to have your initial invocation done already. So you can do all of that. That's great. If you don't want to do it again, I offer that. You give me a shout. But so you've got that done. Cool. Welcome Astaroth into your presence. Thank Astaroth for this banishing and the removal of this person, and make the words very clear what you intend to do. That this person stops phoning you, gets the message, leaves town, for example, stops coming around to your place of work, and that you furthermore remove this person, right? Not from your heart, but you remove yourself from their heart, their mind, and their intentions. You can do all of it as long as you work the spell correctly. So put the written intent there because you're going to verbalize the spell as well. That's the verbal intent. And the most important, and I'd say the toughest part of the spell is once your eyes close and your hands start to go there and you start to work that spell. In other words, removing yourself from someone's heart, removing someone from your heart, for example, removing them from your home. You have to work it. That's the, like, the the finishing point of the spell. The materials, I've said it before, counts a part. The written intent counts a big part. The verbal intent counts a very big part. But the mental part with the working is the biggest. Okay, and that's where spells are made or broken. So, and the two candles to Astaroth, which is one red, one black, her name scribed on both, embalmed it with like sandalwood oil or eucalyptus oil. Put some offerings there in front of a petition, right? And if you want to go ahead, I do a beautiful printed sigil words, give offerings for a spell like this, like to her, to dark chocolate, maybe some like strawberries, good red wine. Keep it simple, but keep it beautiful for her. And then on your altar area, you're gonna need a mirror about this size. Okay, I'll show you guys about that size. And I'm gonna hold you for a second. You're gonna get two pics of your ex. The one you're gonna put behind the mirror, not on the glass, behind the mirror, with your ex's name and details about, but on that side, okay? On this side of the mirror, where the actual mirror is, you're gonna put your candle, which is a black candle with your name scribed on it, embalmed with olive oil, surrounded by coarse salt and bay leaves, preferably fresh bay leaves. And you can put your picture there as well if you wanted to further enhance the spell. On this side and behind this is where Astaroth basically is her candles and her sigil and her offerings. On this side, you're going to have a jar of about this size, okay? In the jar, what I want you to do, so in the jar, firstly, the jar for this spell, you need to spike it like about 5, 6 holes with a rusted nail. If you want to leave the nails in there afterwards, that's cool, or you remove them, but there must be at least 6 holes, 5, 6 holes with a rusted nail. In the jar, guys, if you can, get your hands on sand at a construction site, not graveyard sand, not sea sand, like sand at a construction site that's got a bit of cement maybe or something. It's got to have that energy factor to it for this. Put that sand in there. Put a mini petition in there where you're declaring so-and-so is leaving you the hell alone. Put X's picture in there as well. And get 2 chicken hearts. Not as dark as it sounds, guys. We can go dark if you want to in a consultation. But to keep it simple, 2 chicken hearts. Yes, cut each one up. Chop it up if you like to. Put that on top of the picture and then spit. Give it like a good amount of your spit. Seal the jar. And your candle for the X, red candle. His or her name scribed on there. And if you want to, I like to put another picture of the X there, okay? Pierce that with the rusted nails. So that would be on this side of the mirror with their picture here as well. And you want this side entity here. That is the setup and the materials you need. To activate it will be the writing. You verbalize the intent now, and the actual work in Astaroth, like thank you for your presence here upon spell. You start working it. This person is out, that's doing this, this is what's happening, and you're moving it, never touching hands in the spell, else you cancel that working. It's an energy build up. You touch hands, that energy stops. You have to start all over again. Again, I teach these things, guys, but I hope you enjoyed the video and the knowledge, but that is the setup and the general working of that type of spell, because I know some exes just don't get the message. So guys, have fun with that. Share the vid, show the like. If you need my service, guys, simply message me. Be good.